Here's Dan Shapiro to help you find your edge, master your process, and own your future.
Hey guys, good evening everybody. Welcome to another edition of the TSLA nightly wrap-up show. Hope everybody is doing well. Guys, take a moment out, support the channel. It takes a second, click the like button, and I will continue to do my best to give you my opinion for the next trading day. So let's talk about it. 3 days ago, actually Friday, right? Last Friday, we had that big candle. We talked about this for the last few days, engulfed 2 weeks worth of buying. And we closed right on the 50-day moving average. And the following day, we lost it, right? That was that 613 area. We talked about it ad nauseum. Again, if you've been watching this broadcast, you know, above the 50-day, bullish, below the 50-day, I'm not buying-ish, right? That's the whole point, unless the stock is really breaking out like a Tesla, for example. We'll get to that in a second. Crazy move today, crazy reversal today in Tesla. But again, the signs are there, right? If you've been watching this broadcast or you've just been watching the dynamics of the market, you know what happens. Nothing good happens underneath the 50-day moving average. We kept on building below the 50-day moving average. And today we had an absolutely aggressive move down. Nearly 2% on the NASDAQ, 1.8% to be exact, about 1%, a little over 1% on the S&P, and about 0.5% on the Dow. But again, nobody cares about the Dow. So we are below the 50-day, the 613 we lost. We lost the 605, 606 level we lost. And then we talked about it last night on the video. We should see kind of a next measure potential soft or hard landing, depending which way you're looking, anywhere from this 95 to 98 area. After the close, bulls getting a little bit of relief after the close. Micron up about 5%. It will be very interesting, okay, to see if Micron can hold on to their gains. Again, on the surface, it looks good. The earnings look fine. It's currently up 5%. I don't know what time you will be getting this broadcast, but the point is, if it gives up its gains and it loses the 50-day, because again, it held the 50-day moving average today on the close. If it somehow reverses and has a nasty reversal and loses the 50-day moving average, you could bet your bottom dollar it will affect everything as well. But again, just something to put on the radar tomorrow. I'm not saying it will. I'm not saying it will. Just in case. Again, we always want to be prepared. Let's talk about Tesla, right? Tesla, as much as everybody yesterday, I was long Tesla overnight, just like everybody else, right? And I was at my daughter's basketball game, and, it was very poor cellular reception there. I wasn't getting any internet, blah, blah, blah. And finally, something sneaks through, and they're like, what the hell's going on with Tesla? I'm like, I have no idea what's going on with Tesla. So if you didn't see what was going on with Tesla yesterday, Tesla closed at all-time highs, right? And next thing you know, there was a report, right? Not a PR from the company, not a regulatory body, not anybody. It was literally a report that Tesla was going to stop sales in California. And the first thing a friend of mine told me, he goes, this is absolutely nonsense. It doesn't work that way. You just don't get a report on Twitter that this is happening. Apparently, they dropped the stock down 10 in seconds, and then slowly but surely, they just started walking it up. By the time I got the news, stock was only up, only down about $3-4. By the time 8 o'clock rolled around and the ECNs closed, Tesla actually went green. It spent the majority of the overnight action, down about $1. At the open, I woke up this morning around 4:30. Every time I have overnights, I'll always wake up early. I woke up this morning. Tesla was trading for about 3 hours between 492 to 493. I was making sales, sold half my position there. Because again, I always know in the back of my head, I go, hey, there's always a chance that people are waking up and seeing this quote unquote report, that they'll start hitting the stock. And my plan was once I got stopped out, I started hitting bids. I wasn't stopped out. But once I exited my position, it was a pretty good move, right? A pretty good move, like 4.5 points on the move just from the overnight. I was looking for an 85 bounce. I said, you know what? Let's see if they could come back into support, trap, and then go. It didn't happen, right? It didn't happen because the market absolutely imploded. This was one of the most aggressive reversals I can remember in Tesla in a very, very long time. It basically went from that opening range highs of roughly 496 all the way down and pretty much closed at the 5-day moving average. Where it gets interesting for tomorrow, again, they're still buying a lot of calls in the stock, but what gets interesting tomorrow is, well, what happens if it loses the 5-day? Again, if you've been watching this broadcast for a long time. You kind of know the 5-day, for me, excuse me, is very, very important. And if it loses the 5-day, it can get back to the 10-day very, very quickly. So I will definitely be watching that. Other than that, we talked about NVIDIA last night, right? We talked about NVIDIA last night, was about to lose a 3-day channel. And this is now the lowest close in the whole formation. We saw some pretty aggressive put buying coming in on NVIDIA for the last, for the last 3-4 hours of the day. It's going to be interesting to see if it loses the November lows in the next couple of days, because if it does lose the November lows, this thing could get hit. As you can imagine, it's up a little bit on Micron's earnings reaction, but I'm watching this thing. This, doesn't mean it's going to stay up. I'm watching this thing. We had a nice pivot today below this whole channel here, 74.5, closed pretty much at the lows. So I will be watching this channel here at the bottom of the range. Look at AMD, right? AMD, same thing. Looks just like NVIDIA. It's setting up for a macro channel, a big macro channel on the November lows. We definitely keep an eye on that. Amazon, I am still watching this thing. It had a nice move below 25 a couple of days ago. It's just kind of holding on to this, I don't even know what the hell this is, which moving average this is. I have so many. But anyway, if this thing starts getting below this channel here, we can go all the way back down to 215. Again, if Micron gets sold on earnings. Let me see what else I can give you guys that I like for tomorrow. Let me see what else I can give you guys for tomorrow. AMD, we talk. Oh, look at Carvana, right? Like, look, Carvana, magical run, absolutely magical run. One of the very strong stocks here. This is now the first close below the 5-day moving average. As you can see here, it's touched the 10-day. If it loses the 10-day tomorrow, you probably get an 8-point move. Any close below like 438, that's where you could get the really big drop. Again, any close below 438, which is the 10 EMA, has room all the way down to 411. And again, there's a lot of charts, guys. There's a lot of charts that look just absolutely awful. Again, if you look at the SPY today, not that I'm a big, I just don't watch it that closely, but guess what? This is now the first close below the 50-day moving average on the SPY. Again, this is not a good thing, folks. This is not a good thing. Again, you've been watching nonstop what happens when you close below the 50-day moving average. Again, this is not a good thing. So now we're on the Qs 4 days below the 50-day. The SPY, we are day 1 below the 50-day moving average. If you look at the Russell, speculation money still above 245. 245 is your line in the sand. If the IWM loses 245, that will lose the 50-day moving average as well. This morning had a really big aggressive rip on Bitcoin, and Bitcoin reversed just as fast as it ripped. Closing right now, sitting right now at roughly around 2% for the day to the downside at 85,000. There's a lot of charts, guys. There's absolutely a lot of charts. The longer we continue to build below the 50, I mean, look at PLTR, lost its 50-day moving average today. First close below the 50 days. So the bull's going to need to do a lot of work. Again, this is not a death sentence as we saw, a month ago. The market could bounce back and everything will be good again in the Santa Claus rally and the January effect. But the longer it builds below the 50-day moving average, the worse it will get. Again, it maybe, it snaps back after 4 or 5 days like it did a month ago. Or, maybe we've spent a whole year. We spent 13 months below the 50-day moving average from 2022 spilling into 2023. So again, trust technical analysis. It works. It works really, really well. The problem is if you run away from it instead of running towards it. So another busy session again for tomorrow. A lot of good value to the downside. AMD will be watching. NVIDIA will be watching. Carvana will be watching. We'll be watching for a sneaky pivot if Tesla starts to lose the 5-day moving average as well. Watching Amazon to the downside as well. And there's probably 10,000 other stocks that are not looking great. Watch them, watch the SPY. If they start losing today's channel tomorrow, you should get a follow through. So the dynamics are set. Let's see if Micron can hold up. But if it doesn't, you will see more selling come into the tech space. Guys, have a great night, everybody. God bless. Short and sweet, to the point. Have a great night.